Hey everybody, this is Ardzoom, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Let's Play Darkest Dungeon, the Crimson Courtyard, and today we'll be going to the Warrens to take out the Formless Flesh. We had the event for the Horrid Shrieker come up in the last round, but given that I've been pretty good at picking up trinkets, and the only reward is the modeled tail feather, which doesn't really work well with my playstyle, I'll probably skip it because the chances of casualties coming through from the Horrid Shrieker are pretty massive. It's literally an endurance round. You have to survive for 5 rounds. I think it's 5 or 6 rounds, and I never seem to be able to kill the bastard. So instead, I'm going to equip up another group of Houndies to try and take down the Formless Flesh. Again, re-equip these guys to have Hounds Harry instead of Target Whistle, and that should let me do some pretty epic chain bleeds, provided the resistances on the Formless Flesh aren't too massive. Just do need to choose my curios, my trinkets though, before I get in there. Also, we'll bring along Coldro, the Legendary Crusader, to provide some stress healing, because the last time I brought out some Houndies, we had some epic damage taken. In the meantime, we bring along extra healing and stress healed. Extra crit and healing skills in position 1 are pretty handy as well. Could bring something else, but I'm not gonna do it. So far, Pippery is currently wasting, so we will want to look at finding ways to counteract his negative condition. But first things first, we need to make sure that we're taking a decent spread of abilities to enhance our dodge. Again, lowest dodge we're going to have is going to be on Colder. There's no reason for us to have to endure a 30 dodge, though. That's absolutely certain. We will equip on position 2 the Ancestor's Coat. On position 3, we'll bring along the Camouflage Cloak, and in position 4, we'll probably equip Sun Cloak, because that extra protection is going to be really darn handy as we progress through things. Also going to be mindful of Death's Door being a factor. Again, I've always been too confident that I'll survive checks on Death's Door for things like bleed and whatnot. I shouldn't be that cocky, so what I will do is equip a Death's Door increase, it's extra 12% resist chance on Pippery. I'll probably do the same on Sydney, and then given the need for us to do epic damage on these 2 ranged abilities, actually the damage spread is pretty low, so I'm not sure that the extra accuracy is going to be hugely important. Might actually just equip a chance to stun here. Yeah, that's going to be the call. Actually, you know what? Rather than using a Sun Cloak, I'll probably get Wilbur's Flag instead. That's a flat dodge increase of an extra 10, which is pretty good. Ooh, actually, extra 12 dodge, less damage. But again, since we're doing the majority of our damage through bleeds, that could be better. No, I'll bring Wilbur's Flag instead. That's the call I'm going to make. I'm going to stick with it. That's all fine. I do have one character with the Crimson Curse, so we'll need to make sure that we bring along a decent amount of blood. As always, we're going to need to make sure that we also bring along, that we use up, I should say that we use up all of our dog treats, which is a perennial problem for me. I keep forgetting to use them in combat, and then it's too late. I take damage, and everything goes to absolute pot. Since we already have some holy waters that we have to bring along, we'll take 1 extra. We'll bring along 2 keys, 3 shovels, and probably no bandages, but we will bring some medicinal herbs just in case we need them. Time to embark and get into the dungeon. Listen to the voiceover now.
The spasmodically squirming, braying, and snorting half-corpses were heaped each upon the other until at last I was rid of them. The Warrens had become a landfill of snout and hoof, gristle and bone, a mountainous, twitching mass of misshapen flesh fusing itself together in the darkness.
Ugh. That is nasty. So you had some mess, you swept it under the rug, and then the rug developed a form of sentience, and yeah, merged into some kind of Akira-esque monstrosity. Very classy. Very, very classy. Okay, while we're waiting the last few seconds for things to load, I'll do what I always do, which is thank you guys for stopping by and joining me in these adventures. If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button for me. There's also a playlist in the description and at the end of the video, so you can catch up on how we've gotten into this strange and unusual place.
This thing is more terrible than I can describe. An incoherent jumble of organ, sinew, and bone.
Alright, let's cure your wasting. we know that he's going to be about there. Every single thing is connected, so we'll just do this way. Just take the high road if we can, and then if we do well, we'll explore the rest of the dungeon for reasons. And if we don't do well, we'll just get out of dodge. We'll just get out of dodge. Let's get things started. No scouting yet, unfortunately, so we'll have to press on blind. Nothing yet, and that corridor is entirely clear.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
An empty room and some scouting as well. Oh, that scout is so awesome. Love that epic scout. Alright, is anyone rocking any negative quirks? Fear of beasts. Yes, I would like to take care of fear of beasts. 50-50 chance. So let's take that chance now. Done. What do I get rid of? Fear of beasts. Awesome. Awesome. Exactly what I wanted. Great. Who's got the highest? Yeah, okay. Let's take care of that trap there. Reduce 8 stress. Done. Nicely handled. And just before we get to this next empty room, I'll do a quick inventory shuffle there, in case I need it. Our infestation level is high as well, so we've got a pretty good chance of being interrupted in a corridor battle with some bloodsuckers. To get ourselves one more invitation to the Countess. Has been a while to get that invitation, but that's okay. We can make do regardless. Do have the one invitation in stock right now, so we could go into the courtyard at any moment, really. But for the moment, we'll get to this battle and see what we have in store. Excuse me. So, we do have the element of surprise on our side. We have a Slayer, a Meat Hooker, a Thunderer, and a Reaver. Given that we've re-equipped to use Hound's Harry, we'll have to be quite focused in our attacks. Not as concerned about damage right now as I could be. No real chance to take out that Swine Slayer. That Meat Hooker is a fairly attractive target, as is the Reaver. Let's start things off with that Meat Hooker, if we can. Right, he resists the bleed. That's just fine. Boom! Alright, so one of them is gone at least, and that was a critical hit, so they all shuffle forward very nicely. Given that my Crusader can only do strikes on the first 2 positions, I'll start focusing on the Thunderer. 13 damage taken, 18 HP left to go. Let's see if Smite can make the difference. Not quite good enough, 6 HP left, but we're in a fairly good place for our first combat. Bit of stress there. We are in Radiant Light though, so that isn't a huge problem for the moment. I can't even remember if we're actually using anything that requires that we stay in Radiant Light. That dodge debuff is going to be potentially a problem, and Butcher's Cut gets dropped down, but is dodged very, very handily by the Houndy. All 3 of these guys, by the way, are unnamed, so if you want to claim them for yourself and you know, carry on their mantle, I'd be very, very happy to name them after you. Meantime, that Thunderer is now taken out handily, and our stress goes down across the party. Vomit goes down again on that position 3. 2 damage taken, and the Worries. Can't remember what the Worries do. That dodge debuff is a problem. Worries, extra stress. Lots of extra stress, actually. That's nasty. Alright, let's focus on that Reaver regardless. He has 8 HP left to go. The Crusader can probably take him out, provided he can hit. So let's just disregard him for the moment, see if we can get a stun on this Slayer, because that will buy us some time. Nice. That denied them an action very handily. Smite goes down, Reaver is taken out, and just the Slayer to have to concern ourselves with, and he is a fairly slow action as well, which makes our lives relatively easy. 11 damage done and dusted, 29 HP left to go, plus some bleed. 13, alright, 16 HP left, and some bleed. And 9 damage and some bleed. Not quite enough to kill him though, he's 1 point off, but we'll be able to get there in time. Done. Donity done. A very, very effective round all up. Decent haul treasure to boot as well. And we have ourselves a boss that we're expecting right here, unless my calculations are completely wrong. Alright, picked up some extra crests. Oh, it's a trap! But we dodge it, so no ill effects whatsoever. No encounters either. We are in Radiant Light. Let's take out the Formless Flesh.
Squirming, contorting, and expanding. This horror must be unmade.
Alright, double dodge for the opener. That's fine by me. Their bleed resists are pretty high, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't take the chance anyway. 204 HP for us to work our way through. First things first, though, let's use some damn dog treats. Gotta make sure we're using those every round. Okay, and bleeds down on 2 of 4. Mores of life go down. 36 damage! Oh, instantly on death's door, practically. Alright, let's dog treat again. Hound's Harry. Spread out that bleed love. Alright. Bit more. Wow. Okay, let's try that again. Nice crits there. Oh, I forgot! I should have done the... Oh no! I should have self-healed there. I made the wrong call. Okay, 13 damage taken on the Crusader. That's fine by me. Don't have any bandages. It's okay. Bone Zephyr goes down. 4 damage taken. This guy's going to be on death's door. Yep. But he doesn't have any bleed on him, which is something at least. I've got a free turn to do some healing here. Up by 10. That's something at least. I made the wrong call last round, and I let him get on death's door, which is regrettable. That's okay. Let's keep focusing on the bleeds. We've got 2, 4, 10 damage per turn coming through because of those. Let's keep that coming. Unfortunately, no one has transformed into anything that's particularly bleed susceptible, but we did add to the bleed weight there. Undulating Invasion goes down, 11 damage taken. That's okay. We've got the HP for it. No blight or other consequences. Maws of Life back on Bellicott, 12 damage taken, and we're going to be back on Death's Door and bleeding to boot. That's going to be a real worry. We might take casualties again. I'm not sure if this strategy is working out for me. I'm not sure if this is working out for me. Alright, Maws of Life. Let's see if he survives. Nope. Okay, Houndy's dead. Houndy's dead. That's okay. Just got to get this combat done and dusted. Undulating Invasion, 16 damage taken, and that's a worry. But we will endure. We will endure. Damage through Smite is pretty weak. Let's drop a heal instead. Up by 10. That's going to count for something at least. We're just waiting for the softies. There we go. Those are the softies we're looking for that we can actually do some decent damage on. Only 6 bleed taken that round. Sanguine Stroke goes down, 6 heal up, so they're back to where they were only a few moments ago. Again, that Formless Flesh is going to do an Undulating Invasion in the back rank. 10 damage taken, and that's just going to have to be what we have to endure. And that Formless Flesh is going to keep healing things up. Oh, up by 8 that time. Alright, that's pretty substantial. Self-heal now, because we must. Oh, alright. Hound's Rush. Decent, good damage. Let's do it. 16 damage taken, not too bad. 146 HP left, plus some extra bleed to boot there as well. Smite goes down. That's a decent hit of damage. 13 damage there as well. 8 damage taken from bleed. This is going to start expiring really quickly. 5 damage taken. Let's see if the stun takes. It does, unfortunately. So we're going to have some problems to deal with. And unfortunately, they've gotten rid of their healers now, and it's all damage all the time. Minor bleeds coming through. Undulating Invasion back ranks. It's a dodge. Wilbur's Flag comes in quite nicely there. Hound's Harry, just to try and get those bleeds back in place on these characters, and those are 3 bleeds out of the lot, which is fine by me. Maws of Life this time on position 2. It's a miss. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Undulating Invasion again in the back row. 19 damage taken. God damn. And no one is squishy in the front ranks, so the Crusader is definitely going to spend his turn healing. Bone Zephyr is dodged. Oh, not loving this combat at all. Something has changed in this game. Someone has turned the difficulty up to 11, and I am not having the same kind of fun as I was before. Gonna drop a self-heal just to buy myself a bit of time. Oh, nasty, nasty stuff. Formless Flesh, Undulating Invasion. Okay, good thing I spent those turns healing. 14 damage. That's okay. Oh, goodness. Maws of Life, front ranks. Oh, 14 and 24, and a bleed as well. I might squad wipe here. It's actually a realistic possibility, right? Let's heal up. My dog treats have all expired as well. I need to use those. 15 damage taken. Dear God. Dear God. I should... No, let's just stay the course. Stay the course. Stay the course. Minor heal. It's going to compensate for the bleed. Nothing more. Bone Zephyr goes down. Great dodge there. Great dodge there. Okay, 91 health. And it's all squishies. Okay, I can work with squishies. I can work with squishies. Sanguine Stroke, it's a minor heal, 12. Not that minor, actually, to be entirely honest. Not much bleed left to run out, actually, as well, which is a real worry. Ah, crit heal. Not loving this at all. Oh, okay, that's fine. At least I'm not doing any direct damage. It's buying me some time to heal up at the same time as well. Hound's Rush. Not amazing damage there. Don't want to waste a turn with self-healing, though. Their resistance to bleed is really low. That's going to be the best of the available actions for me at this stage. Best of all available actions. Self-heal here is definitely the right call for me to make. And the same again on the Crusader. I need a crit heal at some stage. From someone. From anything. 18 damage taken on Death's Door. Come on, Calder. Oh, past the Death's Door check. Still have just insane amounts of bleed to come. Crit for 20. That buys me some time. just buys me a little bit of time and they're transformed back into heavy damage dealers, but they have some bleeds now to have to worry about. Okay, let's consider our options carefully. Who has the best chance to do some damage? This is just rubbish damage across the board. This is rubbish damage, and I've got a call coming through, guys. I'm going to have to quickly pause. And we're back, and there's actually been a bit of a delay between things. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, is about 3.5 days after I first started this video. The call I got a few seconds ago was from my wife's work. She had hurt herself. I needed to go and pick her up. I've been taking care of her for the last couple of days, and in the interim, I've also injured myself. It doesn't affect my gaming hands, but I am walking with a limp. It's been a really weird and intense couple of days, and I've had a few moments over the last couple of days to think about what I'm doing in this particular round of combat, and it's fairly obvious at this stage that there's no way of surviving this at all. So I need to get the hell out of Dodge. We've got 12 bleed going through. Yeah, I need to escape. I need to escape. I'm going to try and finish this off. I'm going to try and keep Calder alive if I can. Retreat has failed. This could be a squad wipe. Oh, this could be a squad wipe. Alright, undulating invasion, 10 damage taken. Blight as well. Let's just... No, just try and escape. Don't want Calder to die. 21 damage, back on death's door, and he's got a bleed on him as well. This is just... Oh, I didn't want a squad wipe. No, no. Dodge, okay, okay. Calder needs to live because Calder is my Reynold, and I need him for DD4. The retreat has failed. Oh my god, this is not going well. Please, 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 good. Heal, and then just give me a turn. Just give me a turn. Let me retreat, thank you. And don't bleed, don't bleed. Abandon quest. Yes, that's fine. Okay, so we've only lost one person.
It is the fire that tempers.
Now we have a healthy cash reserve. Don't care about any of these things. I just want to keep my guys from getting wiped out. Calder has to live. There's an objective that requires he go into DD4, so not going to risk a squad wipe. I was already risking it too much. That was not amazing at all. Really disappointing round, and actually I'm a bit downhearted because life has been relatively unkind to me. A few days ago I was all sweetness and light and excitement, and I've done nothing but take care of injured people, including myself. So looking through week 95, a few quirks have been removed, nothing particularly dramatic or profound there. I'll look at stress levels. Pouchot is losing his mind, so we'll throw him in the Abbey if we can. Yep, Calder could use some healing, but he's a gambler only, which is okay. There's a chance I might lose some. There's a chance that I will lose some trinkets. If he's at... No, that's fine. Let's forget about that. Let's just drag you into gamble. It's okay. I can afford it. As you can clearly tell, I can definitely afford whatever the heck I like. Carrying through Sydney. What does Sydney have? The worries. And known cheat. Stress isn't too... Well, it is awful. Let's get rid of the worries because stress is only going to get worse with time. Pippery is not too freaked, but he has the curse. I don't want him to bleed things through. Komen could use some stress release as well. And yeah, I've not been having a good couple of rounds at all, guys. One person down. Well, there's a man at arms I could use, and that would complete a party for veterans. So I'll have at least one person in the front ranks, and I don't mind having more men at arms. Let's grab Kleinchamps.
But his eyes hold the secrets of 100 campaigns.
Oh wow, it's an intense VO. Yeah, and I think it's time for us to call time. Bit of a bad episode, I know. Not sure what I'm going to be doing in the next one, because every single time I try and take down the Formless Flesh, I get my ass handed to me. I might need to go on the wiki and try and figure out a better party composition so I can actually survive this. I do have one invitation to the courtyard as well, which could come in useful, or I could start progressing through the ruins. Alternatively, I could use... well, I've got nothing for veterans to go through, so yeah, I am not having a great time of things, actually, a bit downhearted. Please send me comments of encouragement and well-wishing, because I'm hobbled and crippled at the moment and my spirits aren't too high, and all of my guys die every single time I go into the dungeon. This game is punishing but still enjoyable. As always, guys, I've been Doom. If you're new to the channel, it's not always like this, I swear to God. Hit that subscribe button, check out the playlist, catch up to where we're at. For all of my returning viewers, I'm sorry for the dead air. It's been a rough couple of days, and yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.